Alright. So this is just gonna be a uh
Fine idea. Let's get us some power. I'll look around for access points.
it's like
Great. But I'm not gonna
it's
show
just
up in
kind of a
Naples with that knowledge.
ranty video to
Lead, I'll talk to
introduce
them.
myself
Then get
as
to my car somehow.
Relax. Got a few
a
ideas.
Cowboys
Try to
fan,
play
you
a
know,
little game
because I'm
before the
gonna be
game
doing
session.
some videos. I
Hell
love
yes.
football.
Perks.
As soon as they see the lights, they'll have to check who, why, and how.
And I
First we
love the
start at the control terminal
Cowboys,
below.
so
Think you're on
I
the roof
want to
so I can
talk
jump
about
without
them.
Come on,
But
we'll get
before I
the
do
boost from the
that,
car
I want to
battery.
give,
That should do the trick.
you know,
Wait for me
like
by the substation.
some
I'll bring my
insight
car around.
onto what I see in the Cowboys. So strongest memory is Drew Bledsoe goes down. He'd been doing from what I can
Got it. Cover me.
from
Just in
what I can
case.
remember, he'd been doing all right. Not great, not bad. Cowboys kind of mediocre.
And my thorn.
From what
Really,
my
really
brain is telling me.
Let's take them by surprise. Let's try to do this.
But then,
If anything happens, I'll start picking them off.
Tony
Sounds great.
Romo comes in. And, I can't remember anything exactly that stood out, but I just remember being really excited about Tony Romo.
Get good and ready.
I remember Spider the Barbarian, Felix Jones, we got DeMarcus Ware, of course, Jason Witten, Miles Austin. I remember watching all these guys, Des Bryant come through. Who else am I? I know there are guys I'm,
At last.
just watching a bunch of guys, great talent come through, but not able to put it all together for whatever reason, whether it be our coaching staff
She's
being
prime wheels, isn't she?
mediocre,
I'm surprised you wanted her
or
back.
defense
It completes me.
overall being
See?
mediocre, or
Managed
just
just
straight
fine
up
without an extra
bad,
scorpion.
or our
Listen,
offense
V, it's
at
not
times
It's not.
just fucking.
You got the cargo. You got your car.
I especially
Not
remember
Peyton
Tony
Nash, who
Romo's
was
not
in
there.
Rocky Ridge. The
That
fucker
shows.
didn't
So
show.
let's just come out and say it. There's two sides to the Cowboys fandom. Let's be real. Maybe three. Maybe there's a third side, but as far as I see it, there's
What's
two
gotten into
sides.
So it's about vengeance the whole time.
The hell you know about me?
Either you're not being straight with me, or you don't know what you want. Hard to say.
Listen to me, for fuck's sake. I know where their little hidey hole is. We'll take the old unfinished freeway nearby. They will
But,
not be expecting us. I'm sure.
I'm a Tony Romo fan, super fan. I think he was a Super Bowl talent quarterback. I think if he had the right team and coaches,
V?
and I don't mean like you stack elite wide receivers, elite defensive players. You obviously you want Parsons.
So we'll be fine.
But I think Tony Romo is ultimately screwed by the
V, I have
franchise,
to
in
do
my
this.
opinion.
Do you
Screwed by
understand?
Jerry Jones's ego, and screwed by the incompetence of our coaching staff.
V?
Sure,
Alright,
he was a
where's this
gunslinger,
hideout?
and he
hop
made
and
some
skip away.
costly mistakes. A lot of the criticism Tony Romo got was pretty much only because he was the quarterback of the Cowboys, and the Cowboys hadn't won anything. And while that can be a quarterback's fault, I do not believe in this case that it was a quarterback's fault. Tony Romo had the talent. Like, you can't say without a doubt he had the talent. Like, let's be real. Everyone talked about his fucking throwing, his throwing ability, his release time, and all that shit. And let's also be real. He was fucking. The statistics say he was one of the most clutch fourth quarter QBs in the fucking league while he was there. So I don't want to hear this shit about Tony Romo's the choker and the big moments he chokes. The fucking Cowboys as a team were chokers. That's what it was. It wasn't Tony Romo. I mean, he did make mistakes, but most of the time he made those mistakes in trying to bail the team out of. I mean, just look. I mean, you just look at what happened to guys as they left the Cowboys, left the system where that was built around Tony Romo. You look at why am I forgetting his fucking name? I loved him so much, and I was so pissed when we let him go. Fuck, why am I forgetting his name now? DeMarco Murray. How the fuck did I forget his name? Dude was a beast on the Cowboys, dude. But when he left, what happened? Like, I may be wrong, but I feel like he just kind of disappeared. When we look, yeah, the last year, his last year in Dallas was the best year he ever had. Also the most carries he ever had, but you know, that's for a reason. And you know, you look at Miles Austin, who looked to be like at least a one, possibly a 1B when playing with Tony Romo. Not necessarily a number one receiver, but he was good enough. And then he leaves, and what happens? I think there are plenty of examples that you can look into. Cowboys, like, okay, that's where I stand as a Cowboys fan. I am on the Tony Romo side. He's a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. He was a better quarterback than Dak Prescott will ever be. And I think everybody understands that now. We had shitty coaching, like fucking penalties out the fucking wazoo at the worst possible fucking moments, holding calls on the big breakaway plays, fucking all constantly. It was almost like clockwork. We got called for one thing or another when we get a big fucking play or big fucking playthrough. And then when Tony Romo finally does, he does at least put the Cowboys in position to win the game, to win a deep playoff game, to put him in the fucking NFC Championship game. He gets screwed over. He gets screwed. Him and Des Bryant get screwed over by the shitty fucking refs. And I 100% think that if we're not gonna win the Super Bowl that year, with when Dak Prescott goes 13-3. If we were not gonna win the Super Bowl that year, Tony Romo was gonna give our best shot. Gonna give us the best chance at it. Even if we weren't. Even if there was not a single fucking shot in hell that we were gonna that we were gonna do that shit, you know? So that's where I stand. I think that's just how I feel. And you can disagree with me. That's fine, because no one's gonna know who's right. Let's be honest. We're never gonna know. It's too late now. The past is the past, and we can only be where we are now. And where we are now is a Super Bowl caliber defense and a disappointing, potentially disappointing. Hey, you know, I mean, I can't say for sure, right? I can't say for sure that Dak has no chance of winning a Super Bowl. Maybe he does. I really fucking hope he does. Now, you don't have to agree with me. That's not what this is for. I just want to talk about the Cowboys. And if you find it entertaining, I'm probably going to come out with a lot of videos where I'm just screaming my fucking head off, pissed as fuck, because just some dumb motherfucking shit happened. Dak overthrew a guy, or just didn't look to the left of the field where fucking Michael Gallup was wide open for a touchdown, or shit like that. Um, and let's be real. Tony Romo did that sometimes too. Or he focused on Des Bryant, tried to fit the ball in, and it gets intercepted. Um, but I'd rather have that where Tony Romo's throwing the ball into tight spots, where rather than Dak Prescott just never even attempting to throw the ball. He's like, you know what? Hey, we can. Hey, 3rd and 10. Fuck it. Let's check down. Maybe we'll get a first down. Instead of being like, you know what? I gotta fucking fit this ball in. I'm gonna fucking fit this ball in. And he doesn't seem like he's up to it. All right, fucking. And then just watching Cooper Rush, he's not as talented as Dak Prescott. Not even. Let's no. You know, but he does what he needs to do, and that is why he has been successful with the team. But I know this defense is a Super Bowl caliber defense, and I think Dak has the talent that if he does what he needs to do, that we get a couple bounces our way, we're winning a Super Bowl. Okay? And he'll get the credit. And hopefully we've been clean recently on the fucking penalty front. Thank fucking God Mike McCarthy has figured something out. Potentially. Or maybe the guys just decided they didn't want to fucking get called for penalties constantly all game. And I'm sure there's more. If you got questions about how I feel about the team, obviously, just fucking drop a comment. It takes what, like 5 seconds to say, hey, you're a dumbass. Tony Romo was a piece of shit. You're so stupid. He threw an interception every quarter, and every time he dropped back, my anus would leave my body and fly into space, and I would have a seizure because I knew an interception was coming. If you want to say that, feel free. I don't agree with you, and we can argue and argue and argue. And it'll be fun. I'm sure you'll get a lot of frustration out. I bet you'll just fucking lay it into me. But let's talk about this last week. You know, against the former Super Bowl champs, the LA Rams. Coming into this game, I was excited. A bit nervous. I didn't really think. I wasn't expecting a win, but I thought we had the chance to. And my expectations were exceeded. I gotta say, we dominated that game all the way through. I was busy in the middle of it, so I unfortunately didn't get the chance to watch it myself. I really wish I could have. Would have been sick, but I did get to see a couple plays of the games. I got to see that missed field goal. Got to see a few more plays. Nothing big, just mostly disappointing plays when I got to see them. But overall, a great game. What was I gonna say? Fucking Parsons, dude. Like, goddamn. What a fucking gift. What a goddamn gift. Who was it that we were supposed to pick over him? Or, like, we were gonna pick, but they got taken, and we're like, shit. Well, I guess we got Parsons. Holy shit, we were stupid. Holy shit. And then just the rest of our defense getting elevated because of him just wrecking the offense. It's just wonderful. You know, since DeMarcus Ware, I've not been so happy with a defensive player. Um, the rest of the defense, you know, played great. The rest of the defense just, you know, played great. Compliment Parsons, be opportunistic. They rush to the ball when they see it. It's fucking looking great, reminding me of a couple of, you know, stretches back when Rod Marinelli was coaching, where our defense looked just fucking dominant. But now it's being more and more consistent. Each week they're getting more confident. Each week they're looking better and better. Oh my god! Woo, this game, man. Woo, I loved it. I love watching the opposing quarterback just run for their goddamn life. It's, oh my lord. It is just a beautiful feeling in football, you know? When it's not your quarterback, it's the other quarterback. It's just, it's great. I am confident that we can, not necessarily will, because, you know, Mike McCarthy has a history. The Cowboys as a team have a history. So we can't be for sure. But I am confident we can beat the Eagles, especially after their game against the fucking Cardinals. The Cardinals' defense is not better than our defense. It's not. And I'm sure, like, Dan Quinn, I hope he is putting his goddamn all into game planning for Jalen Hurts. If, you know, honestly, legit, I would just be like, I don't know, like, hey, I'm not a defense coordinator. I'm not a defense. I played defense, but I was, you know, I didn't. I was just kind of doing what I did. But I would try to just, you know, give Jalen Hurts fake lanes, and rather than him potentially throwing a bomb to a guy or hitting a guy who hits a rub and then breaks free for a fucking long touchdown, if he's gaining like 2, 3, 4, 5 yards each gain, eventually he has to make a throw. You make an opportunistic play on that throw. You know, I think our defense can really fucking carry us through this game, and then if Dak Prescott can come back, I think our offense could. It. I mean, if Dak can't keep up with Jalen Hurts now, like I've oscillated back and forth with Dak. I was pissed that he kept the job over Tony Romo. Like I said, I think Tony Romo gave us the best shot to win a Super Bowl that year. And now it's too late to bring Tony Romo back. I don't think he could. Hey, if he could, that'd be fucking insane. But I don't think Tony Romo's gonna be able to fucking pull his career back at this point. You know. But you know, I've gone back and forth. There've been times where I'm just like, I mean, I can't argue with results, right? I just can't. Dak is winning. And as much as I see a shit ton of plays where my body is just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Our defense can beat the Eagles. The Eagles,
No, no
as
first ones.
people have been
Come
saying,
on, let's meet.
seem like a
Sunset.
one-half team. Maybe they'll prove us wrong. I think they're frauds.
I know you're not kidding. I'm certain.
I
you'll be
think
there.
they've escaped week after week
Okay.
with wins. And you know
Let's
who
do the
else
deal
did
and
that
start
for a
working on
time?
Hellman. Agreed?
You know who else went undefeated to start the season and seemed like a Super Bowl contender?
Should be fun.
If I remember correctly, it started with a D. Oh, that's right. The Dallas Cowboys. We've had seasons where we we dominate teams to start the season, not the fucking Eagles beating the fucking Cardinals who have been struggling for whatever reason, you know? I think the Eagles defense is not as good as our defense. You know? It's I am excited. You know, win or lose. Listen, we got Cooper Rush in. By all means, we should lose.
Hey, boss.
They have the better quarterback, and that's generally what decides games in the
Don't call
in
him
the
anything. There's no need.
in football. You know, if Dak was playing, if Dak was 100% healthy,
It's been a pleasure.
I would say we should win this game.
You're all right.
We should win this game if Dak was healthy and has the talent he supposedly has. He seems to have. I think he has a talent. He's not a bottom half of the league quarterback. Let's say that. I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback.
Street's pleased.
What can I get you?
I'm pumped. You know, I'm
Bros,
pumped for this
2
game.
of them.
I'm so ready to
That
win,
package for Street.
and I won't be disappointed if we lose because
Valoperidol.
it's
Drugs
Cooper
for the
Rush
cyber psychos in our-
and Dan Quinn. Wonderful defensive coordinator. I hope he is hooked up to the radiator in the basement of the Jerry World every night so he can't escape and he'll never leave the team. Mike McCarthy. I mean, I'm still not sold. Still not sold. I think he's being carried by talent, just as at other times Cowboys coaches in recent memory have been carried by Tony Romo and other talents on the team.
The Elder Cowboys. Think he'll ever go back? I mean, not right now, but someday.
I don't rightly know. On the one hand, I don't have anyone outside the clan. I don't really know any other.
But
On the other?
I
Without the
still
clan, who am I? Who would I become if I stayed in Night City? What's gotten into you?
Could just start over again. That's what I did.
Mm-hmm. For now, I only seem to be really good at burning bridges.
Talking about Rogue?
No, but thanks for reminding me.
but
V, do you think I can make a fresh start with her too?
She seems to bet her eddies on the right people. You'll work it out.
I gotta
All right. Time we look to my needs. What's
I
the
hope
plan
we
for
fire
now?
Mike,
I've come up with a plan. A first
and I
draft,
hope we hire
but I need
Sean
to sleep
Payton,
on it. Work it out.
and
Then we can
then
talk about the details. I
you
think
know,
it best to rent rooms
maybe
just to stay in the area. We'll get to
the
work
mind
around midnight.
melds
It'll help
between
keep us out of
Kellen
sight.
Moore
Agreed?
and Sean Payton. You know, yeah, that's I'm excited for the future of the Cowboys defense. We'll remain to be seen what happens with the offense. Is there anything else I want to mention before I end out this god-forsaken video? Is there? Should I? Shan't I? Won't I? Won't I? Won't I? I don't even get paid to talk about this, and yet I'm doing that, right? And you can say good or bad. This is the first time I'm doing it, so yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna cut this up. I probably will. Probably should. Yeah, probably gonna have to cut this up. You know, cuckoo true, the Cowboys go moo. We are for sure going to win the Super Bowl.